Initially, what led me to UWF was being recruited for the women's soccer team. I'm from Destin, Florida, and so UWF was somewhere that we'd go for tournaments and, combines and different sports things. So when I was being recruited here, I thought this is like home basically. So I did that. I played 5 years here and actually graduated and then came back to do my master's when I landed a position in the athletics department as the development graduate assistant. The strategic communication program was something that I thought would be very well rounded for me and look really well on honestly really good on my resume. I think that communications is something that, everyone can excel at and everyone can be better at. And also with the strategic communication program, I really loved the emphasis on leadership classes. Dr. Dupre, she really kind of sold me on the in-class experience, the cohort we were moving in with and kind of doing all my classes with. So I think that's pretty much the main reason why I chose StratCom for the master's program. I am the development graduate assistant in athletics. So I help fundraise for our sports teams and our annual fund. I would say the strategic communications course load has really helped me with speaking to donors, with speaking to student athletes, with communicating with others. I think that, I'm coming up on a professional speaking class, and we've had a couple presentations we've had to do and a leadership class and strategic communication class. And I think that I'm more calm when it comes to speaking to a crowd or speaking to a group of people. I think that my communication skills as a whole, with being a better listener and a better speaker, has helped tremendously in my job field. So I'm super grateful. Dr. Wong, Dr. Fenner, and Dr. Dupre have been the three main teachers I've had. And it's unbelievable how willing they are to help you whenever you need editing help, whenever you have questions on sources or how to cite things in papers. And they really care about personal development, but also your professional development. A couple of the services that I use on campus, the gym, it's right next to my office. Sometimes I'll work out on my lunch. But I frequent the gym. I just think that our facilities here is actually a major part of why I came here for my undergrad, because of the rock climbing wall, the indoor track, the amount of equipment that's in our gym and how it's changing with different fitness goals and fitness styles, that kind of the new fads. And, they do a really good job at trying to keep their system or their equipment up to date. Another service I use, obviously, with grad school, you're going to use the library a lot. So the library is somewhere it's been instrumental in my success because of the different floors that, you have the quiet floor, you've got, the Mac lab upstairs on the 5th floor. You have just different resources within the library with librarians helping you find books, research, a lot of different periodicals that you can find and do lots of research with. I think it's important to be, as much as everyone strives to be a perfectionist in the classroom, I think mental health is something that's super important. And a lot of students don't know, but you get 12 free counseling sessions in a calendar year. So it's something that I think everyone should utilize. The advice that I would give someone in my position is find an outlet that doesn't have to do with school or your schoolwork or your professional life, and that makes you happy, that you feel like you thrive with, and make time to do it weekly. I think that a lot of times starting a master or higher education degree is taxing on your body, on your life, and it's kind of time consuming. So finding that me time is definitely important. I would definitely say utilize your calendar. Google Calendar is great with, being able to speak to your email and also, having your personal life activities on there. So I think, utilizing your email and utilizing all of the aspects that Google Calendar has to offer.